Sunl 150T-27, known as the Spider. I'll be sharing with you the changes that I have made to the Spider. The first change we have done was to add a windshield. We started by making a cardboard template and then using a type of plastic to cut the windshield out for the machine. And from there we went to the rear of the machine, which originally came through with a 150cc motor on it, which we found was just not suitable for this area here in Pennsylvania because of the hills. The motor, we burned it up on several occasions, rebuilt it, tried a big bore kit, still wouldn't do it. So what we had done, you may recognize, if you're familiar with the Viper Candy USA, the 250MD, that is what we have placed on the rear of this machine. We pulled the 150 mechanism out of the machine and added from a Viper that we had a source for to get a complete rear end motor drive unit, and slid this underneath. The only change that we really had to make was building these adaptation boxes. There's about an inch on each side difference, and we had to space them out wider so it would accept this drive system. Another change that we had made on this 250 drive system, as we did on the Viper, is the exhaust. The exhaust, as I explained on the Viper, holds back, this muffler holds back the exhaust and causes the machine to somewhat overheat and become a bit sluggish. This is the original muffler that you see on here that comes with it, but what we did was to remove the end. It's had a little protrusion here. We cut it out and then went on the inside, and with a 5/16 drill, I doubt if we can show you that, but we drilled 6 holes inside to allow more flow of the exhaust. On the one corner, again, I don't know if you can see it or not, I won't be able to prove it till I see it for myself, but up in the corner is about a 1/2-inch pipe coming out of the muffler in the interior. That is all they had for releasing the exhaust. So by doing so, we have much better performance, higher top speed, quicker pull out, doesn't hold back the exhaust, and performs excellent. Another change that we had made, from this being the most important change, was of course is going to the interior and adding a radio, and also changing the shift lever, in this case to the dice, the red dice. We put the speakers on the side as we did on the MD 250 Candy, which the boxes again are made out of the end caps for PVC drain pipe, and the speakers fit in there very well. From there we also put in what I call a racing mirror. It's a prism mirror, has several across, which gives you good view to the rear of the machine. We had to relocate the radiator, which on the original chassis was down low in the corner. We built brackets off the back of this and added the radiator up on the high point in the back between the seats. And also the change we had to make was the shocks. We had to add another bar to the frame, and by using the original shocks, dropping them to the bottom to that bar to support the drive system. I believe that covers all the changes I've made, other than adding some carpet, which is pretty much necessity because it has a metal floor and soon gets abused and scratched up. So by using the carpet, it hides all that. When it comes to the instrument panel, the only instrument that we cannot use using the Candy drive system is the tach meter. We have no source at the present time to register the tach, the RPMs. although I'm going to will be in the future working with that also. Another item we did, which I don't think I'll be able to show you too well, we'll give it a try, and that is we added a light system to the Viper. Need to turn the key on here, which is LEDs, and now they're not going to show that well by the looks of it. We got some of it. I don't know how well you can see it, but there's red in the center, white around the headlights. There's red that goes to the ground all the way around, red in the interior under the dash, and there's a red glow also on the underneath the back in the engine compartment. Again, it's pretty bright. I doubt very much if you can see this. Okay, that about covers it. It performs very well, and by the way, this machine has a sway bar, and with that sway bar, it is a very, very, very stable machine as compared to Candy's 250, which is, if you get up at the high end of the speed, and especially with a passenger, it becomes very, very unstable. This is, again, is the Viper. I have a video on there on YouTube that you can see on the exhaust, how we added the dual exhaust, again relieving the pressure on the exhaust, again giving a much better performance. I will give you a bypass on the Viper. As you can see what we had done to it, we changed the roof, removed the plastic that was on it, added a windshield, added a radio, added additional lighting with the LEDs, and again, by changing that exhaust system, we have a much better performance. The only thing lacking on this machine that I can see at the present time is the sway bar. In fact, I had it out for a ride this morning. I was up there about 55, and it really began to sway on me that I backed off. But with considering trying to put a sway bar on it, however, it doesn't have a metal firewall, and the brake cylinder, master cylinder, is also in the way. No way to mount the sway bar at the present time. Again, that's another project for this winter back here in Pennsylvania. When we get the snow, we'll take a look at that, see what we can do about it. Okay, once again, I'd like to hear from you guys what you're doing with your machine and improvements that you are making. Maybe it's something I'm overlooking. I could add to these. Any further information you would like to know, just email me at herring1ptd.net. That's HERRING, and the number 1 at PTD Paul Tom David .net.